Tickets for the in-person Sin Week events are available through the end of January. Don't miss out on your chance to join the Sin Crew and the Sin Club for delicious food, sinful movie watching, and more. The live event is in Nashville this March. Check the link in the video description for all the details.
Welcome to Sin Week! Woo!
Such a large bounty for such a small package.
Reminding us of the previous episode where Werner Herzog broke into gigolo jokes for no apparent reason. Also, there's no reason why a previously on bit needs to be over a minute long. This is a TV show, not a Lord of the Rings movie. The previously on before the Two Towers didn't even last. There was none because previously ons are a dumbing down of storytelling comprehension skills, you bastards. Not having a proper car seat. Sorry, Razor Crest seat for your child. Seriously, we know you're not the most successful bounty hunter, but you can afford a quick stop at whatever the galaxy's equivalent of Target is to buy your child some proper protective seating, or just shop at the actual Target. You'll be safe there. Stormtroopers can't get anywhere near it.
My friend, if you are receiving this transmission, that means you are alive. You might be surprised to hear this, but I am alive too.
Look, Grief, most of this could be gleaned from the context of your message. I misplaced a college friend one time after a wild night of too much Scrabble, but their text in the morning asking if I wanted to get breakfast was more than enough to establish that they were alive and thought that I was alive as well.
You kill him, and we both get what we want.
Oh, cool, you're alive. Sorry about trying to kill you the other day. Hey, can you do me a favor? If that fire rope thing connecting them doesn't burn or do anything besides function as a rope, why wouldn't you just use a rope? Save your poor special effects intern from having to edit this pointless thing into the scene through multiple cuts.
Hurry up, mud scuffers!
Mud scuffers. I know we all got a good kick out of Nerf herder, but maybe we can stop trying to make other funny words happen. It's not going to happen. You've got like 3 different groups of people looking for your baby. Can you at least attempt to keep him hidden?
The kid'll never be safe until the imp is dead.
Shortening Imperial to Imp, which is a mythical creature and would change the Star Wars universe in a way fans wouldn't be happy with. Ha, who are we kidding? Star Wars fans are never happy. See, this is what happens when you leave a child unattended in another room. It's either they take over your ship's steering console or they make soup in the toilet by pouring in all the spices in the cabinet and then take turns drinking it. They do that sometimes, I've heard.
You got anyone you can trust?
The uncanny probability that the person he trusts will be on a desert planet.
I've worked in the gene farms. This one looks evolved. Too ugly.
That's eugenist.
Would anyone care for some tea?
Disney Plus refuses to give us a spinoff based around Taika Waititi droid.
Not anymore.
He couldn't have let him know that he had a bounty hunter droid before it strolled into the room getting their tea order?
I found it laying where it fell.
Well, someone might have moved the RoboCorp, so you're just assuming it fell there. Also, not knowing how to properly use laying and lying. My 9th grade English teacher didn't grammar shame me in front of the entire class just for you to trigger me like this.
I recovered the flotsam.
Well, someone might have deliberately left the RoboCorps there, so you're just assuming it's not Jetsam.
It had to learn everything from scratch. This is something that cannot be taught with the twist of a spanner.
Maybe not a spanner, but certainly with a software update. And I'm sure this Robo Karate Kid scenario will be important to the plot at some point. But considering the other shit they've got going on right now, I don't know why Queel thinks Mando and Kara have time for this.
Tea?
Taking a drink that was clearly offered to Mando instead of waiting patiently for your own cup. Manners matter, Cara Dune. In fact, here's another 2 sins for poor table manners. My teacher in finishing school didn't teabag shame me in front of the entire class for you to trigger me like this.
I can pay you handsomely, Ugnaught.
Referring to the man who helped you get your stolen parts back, rebuild your spaceship from scratch, and gave you T as his species name. Why are everyone's manners in this galaxy so awful?
None will be free until the old ways are gone forever.
And yet the sequel trilogy tells us the old ways don't disappear. Somehow, they returned. While Queel sits down on the ship to do bong rips, I have to wonder how much more interesting it would have been to get a glimpse into his past instead of clips where he's teaching a robot to walk and make tea. Casual attempted murder.
What? When you work for the Empire?
This tension between Kara and Queel gets written into the scene as if they didn't have a cordial tea party before and as if he was the one choking her. Grogu is the one being an ass here. Let's not forget that. Making me watch other people watch this ship land.
It appears that introductions are in order. It seems we've both provided a security detail.
Did the writers run out of dialogue for this scene and decide that Grief verbalizing his observations was a good substitute? There's meeting outside of town to avoid alerting the Imperial troops, and then there's meeting so far out of town that it requires a camping trip. And while I hate camping as much as everyone else, the real issue is that nothing has been established to make the long night of Stand By Me portion of the episode feel necessary.
Nothing can go wrong.
And now we have some sort of pterodactyl dragon situation putting us somewhere between Jurassic World and Pitch Black. Why is this contrived scene trying to be all of the things? This little guy truly does not care that he's about to be eaten by a space dragon.
The poison's spreading fast.
Those things were poisonous too? This scene has more random tension than the time I saw my friend John start a fight with a car seat and lose.
He's trying to eat me.
He is not. But at this point, I'm kind of surprised the writers didn't take it in that direction. There's that mysterious force healing ability again. And once more, Force Ghost Qui-Gon looks on before walking away, muttering, "That is such bullshit."
I need your eyes.
Don't take her eyes. She needs those to see and protect you. Unless you think she can be Donnie Yen. Listen, Mando, I saw Donnie Yen. I had my mind blown by Donnie Yen, and she is no Donnie Yen.
There's something you should know.
That's just one step removed from a "you better come take a look at this" cliche, and we'll let Cindy decide if that's far enough to avoid a sin. What do you say, buddy? Well, there you have it. Also, let's talk about how useless that armor was. He got shot once in the upper left corner and died instantly. Who made this armor? Was it the same designer that makes useless stormtrooper armor? Is there a guild of armor makers in this galaxy far, far away that consistently releases inferior products?
Nothing on this planet will breach those doors.
Hold on there, partner. Nothing on the planet will breach those doors? Jawas were able to tear your ship apart in just one day in a previous episode. We've seen how flimsy the Razor Crest is, so maybe think before you go around jinxing the ship's hull integrity. That's how you get an iceberg to sink your ship. Arm wrapping, gratuitous blaster close-ups, looking deep into the eyes of a baby. Excitement?
I'll give you 20 credits for the helmet.
I don't know what the exact exchange rate is for Beskar, but this asshole trying to grift out on the edge of the Republic sucks way more than I would expect at grifting.
On your wall.
Go with it.
Pretending the guards can't hear you say this even though you're 6 inches apart.
Can I offer you a libation to celebrate the closing of our shared narrative?
Prematuration celebration libations.
The Empire improves every system it touches.
Camino and Alderaan have entered the chat.
I see nothing but death and chaos. I would like to see the baby.
Werner Herzog wanting to see a baby.
Have they brought the child?
Yes, I have. Currently, it is sleeping.
You may want to check again.
Moff the Boss buries the lead before burying this blaster beam in the client as a dramatic show of Imperial force, instead of saying, "Yeah man, hate to bum you out, but they don't have the kid. You probably should try to kill them." Just saying, if we briefly suspend our disbelief in their plot armor, there is some chance the client succeeds in killing them, and Moff's job is that much easier. I hate it when villains work harder and not smarter.
Are you there? Do you copy? Yes.
Mando f***s over Queel so hard right here by doing this over unsecured comms that I'm willing to simply sin him for being a dick.
Back to the ship and bail. Get the kid out of here. We're pinned down.
Wait, are we supposed to believe Queel was dumb enough to give Mando a communicator set to the same frequency as the stormtroopers were using? Because that seems like a pretty big oversight. Even if the stormtroopers intercepted the radio transmission, how do they know where Mando's ship is? Is it because the writers told them? It is, isn't it? Well, guess what our writers told Cindy to do? I love when they let the ships and other elements in the world shine so we can see all the tech and take in all the hard work that went into the creation and depiction of these works of art. But this episode has done it so much that they've ended up developing the spacecraft and blurgs more than the characters. Worst Jack in the Box ever. These stormtroopers all stand here with their weapons aimed like most of them aren't going to shoot one of their buddies in the back of the head.
You have something I want. You may think you have some idea of what you are in possession of, but you do not.
Giancarlo Esposito is such a wonderfully terrifying villain. One sin removed for Gus Fring. I mean, Moff Gideon.
Queel, are you there? Do you copy?
Not having the guts to show such a heart-wrenching death on screen. Queel deserved better. I have spoken.
I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
That thing does not obey the laws of physics at all.
You big dildo. Eat your f***ing slop.
Is it still a hunter?
No, but it will protect.
Well, here's the thing. When I said that, I was lying.
I figured as much. Why else would you return?
I did spend some time with an absolutely stunning blonde the other day.
I can see why you didn't want to harm a hair on its wrinkled little head.
Well, how else am I going to experience motherhood